the pain and trauma of life, the emotional stress, anxiety, and hurt that is the inevitable result of social and relational process, at least in the past for humanity, and that once all of the winding in of the pain and suffering had occurred, in order for it to be healed, it must then be unwound. Well, there are dynamics of winding into our lives certain fixed positionalities and roles that are supposed to remain fixed and supposed to remain static according to parts of our systems. Like if I'm a mom and I have kids, then and that's my perceived role. What happens when the kids go off to college? If I'm an expert in some field and do very well for many years, and then that field is no longer, that area of expertise is no longer valued by society, or people get replaced by machines in the factory that I used to work in, then all of a sudden my personal value is gone, seemingly. So that maintaining of status and position and role and value is often based upon knowing something, being a doer, being an authority, being important or being special, or assuming or interpreting ourselves to have a specific job or role. And paradoxically, we often say, we'll say, I don't want to do that over there because that's not my job. That's not my role. That's not my responsibility, because this is my position, this is my role, and this is my responsibility. So these fixed states of relationship and social process, organizational process, team process are not flexible. And they're like this metaphor of the rope being wound into a certain configuration that doesn't have a loose end to allow it to be unwound. We assume that the root chakra timelessly says, well, this is who I am. And it can't recognize that it's useful to change who we are tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and every day, to fundamentally change who we are, who we feel ourselves to be, who we perceive ourselves to be, and who others perceive us to be. It wants a status quo in these regards, because the static status quo is deemed safety and deemed reliable and deemed a success. Supposedly remaining in a fixed state of expertise or authority or knowledge or role is the very definition for many people of success in life. And if that were to be shaken or changed in any fundamental way, they would look at that as a failure, a loss, a potential state of lack or abandonment, or becoming less than what they were in the past, or of losing something that they were quite invested in personally. We would suggest that as the world changes and transforms, it's going to become ever more necessary for us to be able to gracefully change and shift and evolve with the times, and to find new ways to define our value, our role, our modes of participation or collaboration. And if we learn together, collaboratively, we can help each other in those regards. We can help each other value each other, help each other understand each other, help each other contribute. We can help each other benefit from the process of collaborative activity and orchestrated concerted action. And that's a choice. That's an intention we can set for ourselves and for others.